DrBossKey's looking like a beast. Oh my god, I'm in love with this Gorget. Look at this design. Oh. DrBossKey is so hot. Hot buttered key, Mr. Doc. All right. Yeah, so Gorget is a go. I really like. I think we've caught the style, which is great. I like he's got his belt thing going on. He's got his. I like the fact that we have the designs that we already went over, so that's good with the wraparound bits. I like that he's got his kind of tight shirt. Like he's super tight shirt man, and I kind of like the little bits here. So let's look at this belt. Oh my god, can I get a belt, please? I don't mind the girdle as much. I think giving it the angles made it less have a less of a frumpy padding around the torso. I think I could get down for that. It starts to look more like armor there. I like that he doesn't have, you know, a lot of like super fun bits in the old Pow Town. So and he's got some smirky on the old worky, you know. So let's see. All right, so it's still a sketch. So just concepts wise for the belt buckle key. We have key, and we have a key in the middle. Chats. Is that a key belt? It is a key belt. Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say. It's a lot of keys. Absolutely. Well, what do you expect from a DrBossKey? Yeah, this gauntlet definitely from the concepts. I like what we've got going on here. I can imagine what it's going to look like with shading, so I'll take a look at that next. A good amount of noise and utility for the end of the gauntlet extending over the back of the hand, which I like. I like that we have some decent, I like that we have interesting and mysterious markers around the kind of gloves, the glove there. So I think one of the things I'd like to see shored up a bit is, I'm not sure, but both of the bicep strapple buckle boos, I think that they're a little plain. We can either remove them or we can I mean, I like that they break up the arm a bit. I don't know how attached am I to them. Remind me, what's the other? So are the gauntlets so the gauntlets are different, right? So there isn't a gauntlet here, right? Are we hiding anything under the sleeve? I know we've got a little bit more of a or I should say probably it's more like a bracer, right? So he's got his gloved hand with a little bit of armor here. Now one gauntlet. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Good. I like what you've got going on here too. Not with the wrong spot. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, see, I like that we've got this banding, so that's gonna be nice. It's gonna give you especially with ink, it's gonna give you a sense of a similar armor treatment. So the bands are nice. When we do final lining, it depends on how these nuggets look with these rivets. There might be maybe let's see, like it might turn out in color. I want to take a look at it again. All right. Yeah, gauntlets look great. All right, let's get down to the little special spots. So we'll go with the banding. Fair enough. What is it with these bands? They're not bad. I like to break them up. I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't. We'll see. Okay. Remember that they're sketches. They're sketches. Yes, but it's a level 100 lock. Absolutely, man. Picking that lock, ladies are very excited to try to pick that lock. And this actually suggests that DrBossKey may be a little more chaste than we expected. Okay.
DBK comes built in with the chastity belt.
Absolutely. It takes a lot to make sure that you can get to the heart of DrBossKey. I know that's normally not where the heart goes, but it does in this case. So, yeah, okay. I'm just looking at the left knee guard. Yeah, okay. I can get down for that. I like that the some of the armor suggestion with its sort of chaos with some of the lines translates well from the bracer and gauntlet. I'm liking that. Ooh, now we're getting down to, let's get down to the old bootos. Can we try Can we try? Let's see if we can carry. Shift Z, Alt Z. There we go. It might be too busy working on this, but maybe we can try a little bit different design on the mechanism here, and also give it kind of a keyhole design. Yeah, I like that he's not super colorful. So, all right. So first off, I like this interesting, weird aqua armor more than I thought I would. Like yeah, I don't hate it. I'm also just looking
kind of
at
like it myself.
Yeah, and I know don't hate it isn't like wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, lightly just broad strokes for color choices and such. Okay, cool. Want the accents on the coat to pop? Yeah, totally. We're going with like this this interesting, it's almost like a off-white leather. But this strikes me as more beige on the glove. Does the glove white feel like it matches the band white or the belt white?
Yes, I feel like it matches the leg band and the belts and the straps on the back of the leg armor.
Okay. Oh look, he's got a little touch of the purple. What am I trying to say here? Okay, so I think the red accents are maybe a little too garish. I'm not entirely sure. As I start to look more and more at the colors, I'm noticing we have maybe if I'm noticing the more subtle colors in the shading. All right, so let's take the easy one. So, all right, so we got the studding here, and we got blue. What is it with blue here? So this is, so I kind of like the gold studding. I kind of like the blue, but it's not quite working for me. I'd like to see, I mean, why don't we just, if we can just do a quick color test. Why don't we take a look at this red replaced with the blue on the Gorget straps. I'm just curious. But otherwise, I might also consider darker black for the Gorget sort of straps. That way it'll make the... I think what's probably not quite working for me yet here is that I feel like this is more like shiny silver armor. Like I want it to be more shiny silver armor, and right now we've got kind of a more of a gray drab. It's just more hard metal accents with soft leather straps in between. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. I think, God, I'm having a fucking amazing time right now. I think the purple's cute. I think we can keep that there for now. Let's see the accents here in a dark black. Or maybe, I know you guys like your browns, but maybe we can find a nice leather brown to accent. I'm not quite sure what it is about the reds that don't quite work for me there. I think we're close. Maybe what I'd like is, because now he's gonna have a very garish neck with the reds. So maybe can we try this purple and replace the red accents with that purple? And I won't know until I see it. So I think color sense wise, we're getting closer. And I kind of like this aqua blue. I know this is like Atlantean armor. No, the dark purple.
So I just want to retouch on the Gorget. We are doing the dark purple instead of red.
No. Let's do the red. Let's see actually the blue for the Gorget replaced with this purple and this red. We'll see one of each. It might be way too much when we put the red there for the recolor, but it might also be too frumpy when we put the purple there. So, and I might want to see a version of black for the blue to replace the blue, and then let's go more vibrant with the silver. because maybe the contrast of the black and the silver with the gold accents will be pretty money. Oh, Munstad. Toby said, I tried the red originally and thought it was too much, actually. Cool, I want to see it. Excellent. Okay. And then, Zay, so then it was that let's try with the red accents on the coif underneath. That might be the wrong word for it. Anyone feel free to correct me. And these, the red accents that we have for the little nodule bit here and here. Let's try going with the same purple that is in the clasp of the gorget. I really like where we're going with this design, guys. I'm not super excited about this sort of whitish purple of the glove. It doesn't kill me. And then I think the Disco Fever bracelet here, it kind of feels like technology. What do we got here? Black and silver is always good. Yeah, indeed. Look at those weird ancient writings on the knee pad. Very cool. You're not wrong, Daryl. Yeah. Okay, so the boots matching the pants doesn't really work for me. Let's see if we can try the boots in like a, you know, like this style glove black or a little bit darker. And I'm not 100% sure. I like that the bracelet suggests or this right here suggests technology. I don't think I like the colors so much. I'm not sure what it is about it. Maybe it's the gold and red. Maybe the red's pink. I like that it's got kind of a feel of like an LED display of some sorts, or like a screen readout, or something like that. So let's explore it a little bit and see. I don't mind the shape so much. It's just the coloring. I think the coloring can make it pop, but it's not. I'm thinking more. This reminds me of like a screen or like an LED panel than what it currently is. So I don't know where else to go with that. Just food for thought.
I was gonna say it looks like to me it matches the coif underneath of the gorget.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should theme it with the coif.
Yeah, I think we could try that. Yeah, certainly. Well, but then it's gonna have we're gonna have these dark purples. I think why don't we try to go with why don't we do this? Can we so let's go with the armor, this aqua green Atlantean armor thing. Remove the stripes and then take those purple symbols, just a couple of them, and then we can put them around the band so they can read. And if you need to vertically extend it a little bit to actually turn it into a screen, like a screen, so there's a little bit more space for it to read. But then it's like you're reading alien symbols on top of like this, this wrist display. So you have, suggestive technology. This band, my friend. That one. Ooh. Cool. Yeah, so you caught that, Zay? Is that good?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. I kind of like the light purple. It's growing on me quite a bit. With where we're at, I kind of like the overall color tone. All right, so let's take a look at these eyeballs. By the way, these eyes are... No?
Before
yes?
we move on, Mon Stadium, Toby, we would like to try a glove black on the pants versus the red or blacker.
On the pants?
Or
no,
was it boots?
It was the boots. It was on the boots. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't dress myself in pants that match my boots.
So do you want to keep the red for the pants then?
The red as in the accents?
That brick red kind of brownie red color, yeah. The actual color of
I'm
the pants.
reading it more like I'm getting infected. I don't know what's going on in his pants, but that's scary. Yeah, I want to try another version of it. Let's just see. I kind of like how it is with the blue perhaps here. And it might be fine once we have the boots in like the black. That might actually work. Yeah, so we'll keep it there. Any other questions?
Nope, that was all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. You're so polite. You're not this polite on stream. You know, I've got one for you. Space cow. Okay. Yeah, okay, so what is up, DrBossKey, with your eyeball color? All right. So I think, so when I imagine the living lab cloak in my brain, so the living lab cloak in his monster form is, so it's like essentially he used to be the adventuring gear of a long dead hero at this point. And that hero's soul and essence, when he died, transferred into the living lab cloak. But the thing is the living lab cloak became monstrous and not quite as formal apparel. So I kind of like where we're going with him here, right? But I think when I think about the version of him, do I have this? Oh wait. So when I think of the version of him here, he's just a tad too much like the normal lab cloak. Like it's like you could almost wear him, right? And I kind of see where we're going with maybe like the tentacles and the like the ooby dooby of, you know, of like, I don't know, it reminds me think of makes me think of it's got little bits of Cthulhu like that. I kind of appreciate there, don't get me wrong. But I think I don't envision the living lab cloak as a monster that is a cloak. That it's like his form. So when DrBossKey encountered this monster and then conquered him and transformed him into apparel and then infused that bond with him, he became more like the form used. The lab cloak becomes more of the form that you see here on DrBossKey. But in his monstrous form, I want to see if we can push it more. So, and I'll get into that in a second. But first, let's see. So what is that? Why am I... Okay, there we go. That's right. So I think, right, for instance, so when I'm thinking of the lab cloak, right, I'm thinking we elongate the features, right? Like it's not like this is the coif. You know, it should to some degree still represent apparel. But I think we can, you know, expand this to be maybe a bit more monstrous. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? Is that when the living lab cloak becomes apparel, the teeth aren't as crazy. They're more uniform, so the teeth can close. I'm really into, for whatever reason, teeth that kind of are offset and can interlock. So it's almost like it's zipper. Not quite as nice, like they're not perfect, but they're zippery. And this is going to be some feedback for Toby anyways for the living lab cloak that DrBossKey is wearing. But in the living lab cloak's wild form, right, I think this kind of mouth, so it's almost like the whole thing is spectral. I think we're good there. But when I imagine this, right, so one of the things that it does, so it's like a lurker monster, right? So it likes to hang out in dark places, and then it's about to bite your entire, you know, ass off because they're the, you know, these are the teeth, right? So imagine like this thing's got a filthy maw. This thing is not designer wear, right? And so what it does is it envelops you and then bites itself closed, right? And the teeth, not only do they kind of they try to interlock, but because they're kind of jagged, hence the wild toothage, right? Then they actually bite into your flesh, you know?
I was gonna say it's kind of similar in my brain to like an Iron Maiden.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, certainly. I think that is a fair assessment. I want to pull the eyes off of the collar. I think we keep the style of the eyes, but I think as we elongate the collar, like we were talking about, you know, like let's get these eyes into their, you know, their crazy face, right? Like they definitely are distinctive, but this thing is kind of like a wispy, billowy head, you know, spectral creature, right? I like some of the suggestion with the chaos inside of the living lab cloak.
It kind of reminds me this living lab cloak or this wild lab cloak, as you said, maybe it was the gear of another adventurer, and now it's just searching for the next adventurer that fits it just right. So it has to just nibble on them a little bit to try on them, and then, maybe it fits the DrBossKey.
I like where you're going with that. That's very cute. Thank you for that. Yeah, like adventure gear that nibbles. So tentacles are cool. Love my tentacles. So we've got the roiling chaos inside. I think we need to make it darker, and like it's just a sketch right now, but I think we could expand on that. And then I think the tentacles become part of, I think maybe it's almost like, I think we can move the tentacles down a bit more, make 4 or 5 of them, something like that. So you could also see like the thing kind of is ethereal and is mostly a specter that floats, but yeah, maybe a little bit more octopus style off the hem. Exactly. Yeah, so it still vaguely resembles a living the cloak, but it's more monstrous. Okay, so here's something I'd like to see if we can explore. So in this chaos, this darker chaos, right, that we're talking about, I would love to see perhaps a trace of glowing human spine. Like this is like, it's like ethereal. It's an ethereal human skeleton, right? And that not crazy detail, just like mainly the spine of the human. And then, maybe you get a light impression of maybe some ribs, and then like maybe like the bit of like shoulder bits, I would also like to try less. I'd like to be on this layer for a million more times. I'd like to see a tiny less definition for the backside of the arms, and a bit more ethereal wisp, right? So it's spectral into some, not super spectral, but it's got a little bit of spectral, almost like it's not not steamy, but kind of ethereal. And then I kind of like what's going on with the claws a little bit, but I'm thinking for claws, why don't we carry through that concept of the ethereal skeleton and make the claws actually bony clawed hands? So maybe see if we can carry that. I'm not sure how well that'll read, but like lich hands to some degree. Okay, I think that's a good round of feedback.